want to talk about how you can go about choosing a color palette or color scheme. And a good way to get started is to actually go to color.adobe.com. And this is what we call the Cooler Ruler. And this allows you to easily choose colors, um, create them yourself, or gather color palettes that other people have created, save them, export them, and really streamline your process here. So you can see here you have the color wheel and you have the this little arms kind of thing to move them around. You'll see that as you go around, the saturation changes when you go in. So if you're choosing colors and you want to have same saturation level, you kind of want to have them all the arms be kind of the same length. So that's a good rule of thumb. You'll see as you scroll down that you get the hex number that's for interaction design and coding, as well as the RGB. And you can expand it and see that you also can get the numbers of CMYK as well. And then you can move things around as need be as the colors are established. You can also go up here under the rule, and if you're trying to choose monochromatic, this allows you to do that. Triad within those three. Complementary colors. You can even go shades within the same color, and this is really helpful. Let's say if you're like, oh, I generally want a blue palette, you can just kind of choose the blue, and then you have all these shades to kind of give depth to your project, but still have it be analogous. And if you remember, analogous is when you have colors that are close to each other on the color wheel. And then you can also create custom as well. So then when you do this and you find a color palette you really like, you can hit save. And to do this, you'll need to have an Adobe ID. So I'm going to sign in to my Adobe ID. So that way you can save it, and you can save several different ones. So you'll see it will go about processing and saving it, yada, yada, yada. This also allows you to explore other people's saved libraries. So here you can say, this is my blue theme number 1. You can add tags. You can choose different libraries if you have more than that. And then you can hit save. So then it's on here. So you have a saved copy. And what's awesome is you can actually edit a copy, make a slight variation of it, or you can also download the palette. Then you will hit the download button for ASC, so it's the Adobe Exchange file, and then you're going to save it in your file, our folder, and download that. And then when you go into InDesign or Illustrator, Photoshop, etc., you can go into the swatches and go into the options of these little lines and go load swatches and choose that file, and will automatically import all of them. Okay, so this is RGB. You can also double click it and change it to CMYK for process. So depending on how you exported the file, you can always change that after the fact. There you go. So you can go through that process. You can name these, and then it's a nice little tidy folder so you can explore different color swatches. Additionally, if you go back into the color website, you can go explore, and this allows you to actually look at all these different color palettes that other people have created. Explore button, you'll see that there's all these different ones that you might like. And you have up here on the top, you have most popular, most used, etc. And that will help you kind of sort through things as well. You'll notice that when you roll over, if you like one, you can just immediately hit download, or you can edit a copy. So if you're just looking for blues, etc., there's a lot of color palettes. So you can also type in a title, and that will allow you to search for just blue color palettes. So that is another helpful resource that you might want to use when choosing color palettes.